Hi, my name is Buki. Welcome to this channel. I know it's been a while, but yeah, we are back. All right. Okay, so welcome again to this channel. You're the one place where you learn about personal finance and career. And today we're going to be talking about how to go about setting your money goals for the new year. So I'm going to be treating 7 questions that you need to ask yourself whilst setting your money goals. So now, if you had set your money goals before now, don't worry, you can listen to this video, ask yourself these questions and use the answers to prove what you've already set. But if you have not set your money goals, it's also a good one to start with this question, and then that will guide you into setting the proper goals for yourself. Because one thing is that if you set the wrong goal, there is no way you're going to be able to achieve it. Like I said, we are going to be talking about 7 questions that you need to ask yourself on how to go about setting your goal for a new year or a new season. So the first question you want to ask yourself is, how much do I want to make by the end of the year? So in this case, we are talking about 2024. So ask yourself, how much money do I need to make by the end of the year to make me feel and know that, okay, I'm walking the path to become financially free? So this question, the way a business person would answer it is different from the way a 95 person would answer it. So for a 95 person, you are already thinking about what amount of money in terms of net or gross do I want to make by the end of 2024, which means it's not necessarily what you're currently earning, but what you wish to earn. So probably in the year you're looking at getting a promotion. What's that amount that will make sense for you? Or maybe you're looking at changing jobs. What would that amount be for you if you are asking or negotiating for a new salary? So that's that amount, how much you want to earn by the end of the year. For someone that is a business person, you can say, okay, based on the vision and the goal I have for my business, how much do I want to earn from this product by the end of the year? And don't just focus on your revenue. I also want you to think about your profit, because you can make so much money, but if there is no profit, then it's either you're having a loss. So it is that profit that is actually your own money that you can keep for yourself, because the other part of the money is maybe for the product and some other things you're doing. So that's the first question that I want you to ask regarding how to go about setting your goal for the new year. The second question you're asking yourself is very, very simple. Is that, how much am I earning currently? This can be drawn from maybe the fact that you already did from last year. So if you've not done your last year review, we are still in a season of newness, so you can quickly go and do that review and see how much money am I currently making from my business. Or you can ask yourself, as a 9 to 5, how much money did I earn last year? And for 95 people, I try to tell them probably you should focus more on your net, because the gross is not necessarily your money. What enters into your account is actually what you actually see and you're able to plan and work with. And this amount of money is then what you're going to use to plan for your budget. We'll come to the case of a budget later, but these first 2 questions are really important for you. You need to have a figure of where do you want to go, how much you want to earn, and where are you currently. You need to have that figure clearly written out in a place, typed in a laptop or whatever. Have that secured. So the third question you're asking yourself is, how much money am I starting the year with? Right? How much money am I starting the season with, if you're looking at this video or seeing this video in the middle of the year? So this way you're looking at what's currently in your bank account, what's in your savings, what's in your current account, your investment, and you're also looking at the kind of debt you have on your credit card or other forms of debt that you have to pay. So that amount to know, okay, how am I even starting? And this is different from what is my current earnings. This is just saying, okay, based on what's going on right now, where am I at? Like, what do I have with me? The fourth question you're asking yourself is that, how much do I want to spend within the year? So if most times it's better to look at it saying, okay, how much do I need to spend, maybe on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis? How much do I spend, right? Look at this. For this particular question, you actually need to really, write down, whether with your pen or paper or your laptop, whatever, you have to make that list of what your outgoings are. How do you spend money? And taking a look at what you did in the previous year would help you to actually see what exactly is going on. And if you are able to answer this question, then you are getting to start, it will end up helping you to start thinking about a budget. Again, we will not talk about a budget under this question. We will talk about a budget later in another question. The fifth question you are asking yourself is, what are my priorities spending for the year? Now, this question is different from the last question, and that's because with the last question, which is the fourth question, you are thinking about everything you do on a daily basis. But with this question, it will make you begin to think about the other important things, for yourself that you really need to account for. Because sometimes most of us, we make budget, or we say, okay, we are spending something, and then all of a sudden an urgent spending comes and we are not able to account for it, right? And then we begin to struggle, and you want to avoid that. So for example, if you're a 95 person and you want to take a certification, you're going to have to pay for that certification. You need to ask yourself now, how do I pay for this certification? For a business person, you want to launch a new product. The launching of a new product would need some amount of money, we need some resources. So where does that money want to come from? You need to start thinking about it right now. So make those priorities extra, and then make sure you're factoring it in at the point where you begin to make your budget. If you want to know more details, you want to have more insight into what's the difference between how much am I spending now, or how much, or what should be my priorities, you can book a one-on-one session with me. I will leave the link for that session in the description, and then we can really discuss what you need to consider as a priority, what can be left aside, what cannot be left aside. The sixth question you are asking yourself is, okay, so how do I create a budget? Here you're asking questions around, okay, what do I need to create a budget? When do I have to do it? What are the things I need to consider in my budget? And previously, I think I'd made a video about how to make a budget. You can click on the link here, or I'm also going to drop it in the description. Go to that video and look at how to make a very simple, not so difficult kind of budget, like very basic, and you can start from there. The most important thing about finance is that you start from somewhere, because finance is all about how well you're able to compound whatever you've been able to do. So go to the link, go and see how you can create your own budget. But definitely you cannot walk the path of financial freedom without having a budget. Now, if you need someone to help you, talk you through how to actually go through it, create that budget, I am your person. Again, the link of my one-on-one session for budget creation session is available. You can we can have a session, you can book me, and then we can discuss what are the possibilities, and I would kind of guide you on what are the things you need to be looking about. The seventh question you want to be asking yourself is, so how do I make this goal realistic? So for example, you've said the first question you asked is, okay, so how much do I want to make this year? And then the second was, how much am I making this year? There is a disparity. If you are someone who is intentional or about growth, there would be some kind of disparity between the two. So you want to ask yourself, how do I make this goal realistic? And there are several ways to go about it, right? Again, if you want to go into the nitty-gritty, you can talk to me. But one of the things you're going to look at is your behavior. It might just be a behavioral issue that you're having, on making that money goal realistic. Or it might be that you're looking for, you should, double your hustle. Let me put it that way. So I have a video on what are the other ways to make extra income. I'm going to share that in the link. Go to the link and see that video. You can teach, you can do a freelance, you can sell products, you can do so many other things. You can even start a YouTube channel, on the topic that interests you and something that you can keep up. So there's so many ways you can go about it. So, but then ask yourself that question, how do I make this goal realistic for me? And the last question, which is the eighth question, which is the bonus I'm going to give you, is, ask yourself, who do I need in my life that will make this, that will help me in this journey? To be honest with you, sometimes when we set goals, it's not because most of the time when we set goals, one of the reasons why we are not able to achieve it is because we don't have someone in our life who is guiding us or helping us to see that, okay, we work towards that goal, right? And that's an accountability partner. So if you need, like, you know, someone who can help you and guide you and hold you accountable, most importantly, hold you accountable to make sure that that financial goal you set for yourself at the beginning of the year, you are able to achieve it by the end of the year, okay? You can, you know, like I said, go to my link in the description and, you know, sign up and let's have a chat and see what we can do together. I know we'll be able to do amazing things, amazing stuffs. So thank you. I'm going to stop there today. Look out for my other videos and, you know, like, comment, share. If you have any other question that you think should be part of this list, top 7 list of, you know, how to set your financial goals for the new year, please drop them in the comment section. If you have any other question at all about personal finance, career, drop them. I would take them up, and I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you so much, and God bless. Bye bye.